Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students, and the topic of our lecture is business cycles. First, we shortly introduce what is business cycle, and then we will go ahead. Business cycles are the fluctuation in the current real GDP over the times. Our business cycle are the fluctuation in the economic activity of an economy. Sometime the current real GDP has boom and the current GDP is greater than the potential level of output, so that there is an output gap and the current output is higher than the potential level of output. This is an output gap and can be the nature of the business cycle. Now, how the current level of output is higher than potential level of output is due to some demand side changes in the economy, sometime due to the optimistic behavior of the consumer increases the aggregate demand and the prices of the goods and services, and producer produce more goods and services by employing more resources and more human labor, which increase the output and employment in short run above the potential level of GDP. And sometime the economic activities experiences slump or recession, in which the current output level or the actual output level decreases or increases at a very decreased rate as compared to the potential level of output. And the current output level, the current real GDP level is less than potential level of GDP, and this difference may be accorded to reduced aggregate demand due to any reasons. It may be the pessimism of the consumer, that reduced demand for goods and services and reduced prices. The reduction in the prices will reduce the profit of the producer, and in turn the producer will reduce the economic activity by employing less resources in the production process and less labor in the production process, which will decrease the output and employment of the economy, and the current output level will be less than the potential output level. Now, how business cycles are measured? Business cycles are measured through changes in the current real GDP, that are measured through decrease or increase in the current real GDP. And the business cycle has various phases, mean that the majority of the business cycle in academics has 4 phases, like expansion, boom, contraction, recession, and so on and so forth. Some economists characterize the business cycle by 5 or 6 phases, but we will limit our lecture to only 4 phases of the business cycle. Let's start the slide and study the slide. Business cycles. Business cycles are fluctuation or changes in economic activity. Right? These are the fluctuation in the economic activity. Mean that sometime economic activity is booming, mean that, and sometime economic activity is in recession. It measures the fluctuation in the actual real GDP in short run. That's usually year on year and in 1 year. Sometimes the actual real GDP increasing at very high rate and surpass the potential real GDP, and economy is in boom, while sometimes the actual real GDP is increasing at a very slow rate, which is below the growth rate of the potential GDP. And whenever the actual GDP is growing at a faster rate than the potential GDP, there occur boom, economic activity are flourishing, and output is greater than potential level of output, which causes inflation, etc. Again, when the actual output is increasing at a very less rate than the potential output, then there is recession in the economy. These changes are measured by increasing or decrease in real GDP and characterized by various periods of economic growth followed by the period of economic decline. Now, to understand the business cycle, we go back to our previous lecture, that is the output gap, and through output gap we will study the business cycle nature. Look at this table which shows the GDP gap and its relation with the trade cycle. What is recessionary gap? That is the recessionary gap when the actual level of output is less than full employment level of output. If the actual level of output is less than full employment level of output, there will be underemployment of the resources, there will be unemployment in the economy, as the aggregate demand in the economy is less than aggregate supply, reducing the price, reducing the incentive of the producer to produce more goods and services, hence reduction in the production, reduction in the employment and output, and creating the situation of recession where economic activities are increasing at a very slow pace as compared to the potential level of output. Again, the other way, when the current level of output is greater than the potential level of output, which create an inflationary gap. What happens here, I told you before, there are various reasons which start the inflationary gap, and the very common is economic optimism by various economic agents like consumer. When consumer perceive that there is an economic optimism, it increases the demand for goods and services, which increases the prices, and increase in the prices will increase the profit of the producer, and the producer will employ more resources to produce more goods and services. There will be over employment of the resources, and which cause inflation and which cause expansion or boom in the economy. The GDP gap is very critical to understand the nature of the trade cycle. Now we come towards the different phases of the business cycle. As we told previously, the business cycle has 4 phases, major phases, and some economists define business cycle in 5 or 6 phases, but we will limit ourselves to only 4 phases. The one phase is the phase of expansion. That is the phase of expansion, which is the start of the business cycle. How expansion start? Expansion mean that in economy the output and employment is increasing, and output and employment is increasing at that rate which is higher than the potential level of output and employment. What causes this expansion? Maybe the economic optimism by consumer, by producer, and by the government. Usually, the economic expansion is started by the optimism of the consumer, that consumer thinks that the economic activity are increasing in the economy and their income will increase in the future, in near future. So consumer increases their expenditure on goods and services, particularly on durables, etc. And these expenditure will create extra demand. The aggregate demand of the economy will increase, and that will increase the prices, and increase in the prices will increase the profitability of the producer, and producer will employ more resources and human labor to produce more goods and services. Economy will expand at higher rate than the potential output growth rate, and it will continue as there is over optimism about the economic activities, and eventually it will reach to its peak or boom, and the boom is the maximum, the highest growth rate that economy can achieve is at its boom. After experiencing the boom, the economy start the third phase of the business cycle, that is contraction. Contraction of the economic activity, in which the economic activity increases at a very slow rate as compared to the growth rate of the potential GDP. And why economic activity contract? There may be some phenomena from international market, that international oil prices may increase. There may be phenomena from the internal consumer side, where consumer perceive that in future the economic activity will be sluggish and they may lose their jobs, and they have to save more for that crunchy times. So consumer decreases its expenditure on the purchase of goods and services, and that decrease in the demand for goods and services will reduce the prices of the goods and services, which will reduce the profitability of the producer, and producer will produce less goods and services and employ less resources than previous. That will contract the economy. It means the economy will expand at a much less rate than the potential GDP growth rate, and economy will contract, and the recession will eventually turn into the depression, that is the trough of the economy, that is the lowest peak of the economy, where the growth rate of the economy is very less, or it increases at a very slow rate. Now here we clear the difference between the recession and depression. Basically, the recession mean economic slowdown for the period of 1-2 quarters. It means for few months and less than 1 year, while depression mean economic slowdown for many quarters and for many years. The depression is constituted by many recessions. The economy remain for a longer time in the depression unless otherwise the government take some measures for the economic recovery, where government give some incentive to the producer that they produce more goods and services by giving subsidies on their raw material, by giving tax incentives on the production of goods and services, and then they employ more resources and labor, which increases the demand for goods and services and prices, and the economic recovery starts here. Let me look the business cycle, different phases. Number one is expansion, a period of economic expansion and growth. During this time period, the actual output growth faster than the potential output, investment increases, employment increases, production increases, and interest rate decreases. And then come peak, that is also called boom, a high point at which the economy is at its strongest and most prosperous point, which is also called boom. The third phase is contraction, when real GDP enters a period of business slowdown, actual output increases at low rate than potential output, and there is a recession, and after recession we plunged into the depression. What is recession? A decline in the real GDP for 2 or more consecutive quarters or maximum 1 year, while depression are prolonged and severe recessions are for many years. The trough, that is basically called depression, the final stage in the business cycle where demand, production and employment reach their lowest level. During this time period, investment decreases, employment decreases and production decreases. Now look at the graph where this curve is of this curve showing the business cycle, and it is of about the fluctuation in the actual real GDP, and this dotted line is the growth rate of the potential GDP, showing that at which rate the potential GDP is growing. On vertical axis, which is y-axis, there is real GDP, and on horizontal axis there is time, that is 1 year, 2 year, 3 year and 4 year. Look at the business cycle phases. The business cycle starts from here. Look at here, the actual real GDP is increasing at higher rate than the growth rate of potential GDP, and it increases up to its highest level, which is called boom or peak. Then after boom, the economic activity contracts and the phase of contraction started. From here to here, it is the phase of contraction, and economy contract continuously to reach the trough, that is also called depression. This is the depression level, and during the contraction and depression we see here that the actual real GDP is increasing at slow rate as compared to the growth rate of the potential GDP, and then economy remain in the trough or depression for many time, for many months, for maybe for years, and then government comes into action and gives some incentives and subsidies to the producer that will start again the recovery process, and economy start recovery, output, employment increases in this phase, and this is the construction of one business cycle. From here onward another business cycle starts. Here we see that there are many business cycles with the expansion, boom, recession and depression and so on and so forth. Now, what are the causes of business cycle? What influences the business cycle? What ignites the business cycle? What initiates the business cycle? There are various causes, various variable that can cause the business cycle. The most important is business investment. High level of investments promote expansion, which start expansion of economic activity and take the economy towards its boom, and vice versa, the low level of business investment will contribute towards contraction. Again, the business optimism or pessimism. The business optimism will take the economy towards the expansion and boom, while the business pessimism will take the economy towards contraction and depression. The third factor that do affect the business cycle or initiate the business cycle are interest rate and credit. Low interest rate will promote high credit for investment, which will promote the output and employment and take the economy towards the expansion and boom, while high interest rate will compel the investors and consumers to take low credits that will reduce the level of output and investment and hence take the economy towards the recession and depression. Again, the fifth factor is consumer expectation. What consumer expect about the future? If consumer expect about the future that the future economic activity will be good and they are optimistic about the future economic activity, they will increase their expenditure, which will lead towards the expansion and boom. If consumer is pessimist and think that the future economic activity will be sluggish and they may lose their job, they will save more and reduce the consumption, and hence aggregate demand and economic activity will contract and lead the economy towards the recession and depression. And the next is the external factor or external shock that can also cause the business cycle. The world economic and political climate affect the business cycle, like high oil prices. Increase in the oil prices will increase the cost of the production of goods and services, that will create unemployment and will contract the economy and will lead the economy towards the recession, while low oil prices will reduce the cost of production and increase the output and employment and take the economy towards the boom, and the economic activity will flourish. War affects the business cycle. Yes, of course, the war between the countries also affect the output and employment in the country and causes the business cycle. So this was the end of this lecture, and our next lecture is how to measure the standard of living. Allah Hafiz.